Hey there, I'm just sitting down trying to enjoy some tea. I do have sugar in my tea, unlike Blu-ray Anonymous. So I went to my cupboard and I realized that I didn't have much brown sugar left at all. And then I realized I didn't have much white sugar left either. So I did kind of an amalgamation. Yummy. But here we go. Let's do another quick movie review. So hey there. So I'm back, and I just did this video with the sound completely down, and so I'm redoing it. And the movie we're going to be talking about today is one I think maybe it was released on Anchor Bay. I'm not sure. And it was a movie called Would You Rather, starring Brittany Snow, Jeffrey Combs, Rob Wells from Trailer Park Boys, and of course John Hurd. It's a different film. It has a setting that is similar to this movie Among Friends. It came out before Among Friends, and it is much, much better than Among Friends. If you watched my review yesterday of Among Friends, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Would You Rather basically is about a character named Brittany, played by Brittany Snow, whose brother is, he's kind of dying, and she needs the money to save his life, or to at least extend his life and make it more pleasant for him. Her doctor recommends this guy named, who's played by Jeffrey Combs, and he has this kind of like game there where you can go there, and in one night you can make a hell of a lot of money. And you're not guaranteed. You may make some money, but you can make a hell of a lot of money. So she ends up going there. We see a thing where the doctor was kind of coerced into it. He didn't want to do it, and he will later on go and try to save her. But things do not go as expected, as always in horror films. Basically, there's a bunch of people on the table. Each of them want money for their own specific reason. One's a gambler. There's like a lot of different people with a lot of different reasons. And the characters are done pretty well. Rob Wells from Trailer Park Boys especially, and John Hurd as well. Jeffrey Combs pretty much steals the show. He is when he's on the screen. And the guy that plays Jeffrey Combs' son is pretty slimy, but you kind of want one of those guys you want to see something happen to. The movie moves at a pretty good pace, I gotta say. It's pretty much set in this room. Basically, the game Would You Rather is kind of like, it could be something like, would you rather get an electric shock yourself, or would you rather give an electric shock to somebody else? That could be like something as simple as that. Or would you rather get stabbed in the hand or stab somebody else in the leg? But the premise comes off a lot better than it's sounding right here. The movie does extremely well. There's a couple twists and turns along the way. There's a little bit of unexpected action that does well. A bit of and at the end actually, there's a good twist before the end, but right at the end, then you pretty much see what's coming. You know what's going to happen at the end of the film, and I got to say, it's one that I was pretty pleased with. I enjoyed the movie, and I would go back and watch it again. I'd like to see it with commentary or something like that. So down the road, I will pick it up for inexpensive. Like if I can get it for like $5 or something like that, I would definitely pick up Would You Rather. Definitely before I pick up something like Among Friends. Would You Rather has a great cast. It does have Rob Wells from Trailer Park Boys, a series of which I'm a big fan of. I'm not sure if anybody over there in the States or in England gets or has ever seen the Trailer Park Boys. They actually did a couple movies of it as well, and the Christmas special, which is my ultimate favorite. But it was one of the selling points for the movie for me. And if you don't know who Rob Wells is, and you've never seen the Trailer Park Boys, he's also in the movie Hobo with a Shotgun. And if you look on the box cover, he's the one coming up out of the manhole. So, Would You Rather is one that I would definitely recommend. It's a fun little film. There are some kind of gross scenes in it, but it's not overly gross. Doesn't seem as engrossed for gross. And it's definitely not a torture porn movie. It's almost like a starting of this new subgenre of people like in the room, not like Saw, but kind of like maybe a subgenre of the subgenre, which is Saw. and which is like people at a table with making choices. Yeah, I know it's a weird subgenre, but this is the second movie I've seen with this type of premise, and I'm guessing there's probably more out there that I haven't seen. So it'll be interesting to see what else can be done with this. So Would You Rather is a decent little film. It has some great acting in it. The effects are fairly decent and much better than the effects that are in the movie Among Friends. And which, keep making comparisons because of the basically the setting of the films. But Would You Rather is heads above the Among Friends movie, which makes no sense. Would You Rather does have a bit of a pedestrian ending, but overall it's a fun ride along the way, and I don't think you're going to regret your 90 minutes that you spend watching the movie. Hopefully you won't come back and curse me for it, but I thought Would You Rather is at least a decent way to spend one of your nights in the 31 Days of Halloween coming up. Check it out, and give me a thumbs up, comment down below, and since we got a little bit of time, let's talk about the Trailer Park Boys Christmas special for a second. If you haven't watched Trailer Park Boys yet, you really should. It's about a guy named Ricky and Bubbles, and God, I can't remember the other guy's name. And basically, they live in this trailer park, and they're constantly coming up with schemes, usually legal schemes, selling drugs, breaking in cars, that type of thing, to pretty much just fund their slacker type lifestyle. And Ricky isn't the smartest guy in the world, and in the Christmas special, Ricky's just gotten out of jail. Now, Ricky usually does something so that he gets to spend Christmas in jail, and because, they got good food in jail during Christmas and that, and you get a good meal, and he's pretty much like the career criminal that, he's pretty upset when he can't be in jail for Christmas. So this is Ricky's first year in a while not being in jail for Christmas, and he's pretty upset about it. He can't. Jail's pretty awesome for Ricky around Christmas time. But he comes home to his girlfriend, and she says, this is it. If you can get this for me and our son or our daughters, then this is a big list of stuff. Then maybe I'll think about going out with you for a bit, type of thing. And he's like, oh, perfect, no problem. So he goes back to his dad. He said, he basically talks about, Jesus taking care of it. Type of, what do you mean Jesus taking care of it? Yeah. And he's like, big beard, all that stuff. It comes around Christmas time, gets all the presents, puts them on the tree. So, Santa Claus is Santa Claus. So it's not real. Santa Claus isn't. So, it was me and your mom and stuff doing stuff. So Ricky is now freaking out because he's got to get all these presents, and he said no problem, and he realizes that Santa Claus isn't going to get them for him. Takes a comical turn as he decides to hook up with one of his old friends to basically jack cars of their Christmas presents, and sells weed and hash outside of the church as people are going into for their Sunday Mass. And yeah, a lot of people buy it. He goes in and he does a speech about how Christmas really shouldn't be about the presents or anything like that. Christmas is really about getting together with your family and your friends and getting drunk and smoking some weed and some hash and just being together and having a good time. It's a weird sentiment, but in a way it is a good sentiment. I mean, Christmas is about family and friends and stuff like that, and it shows it off in a way, in a humorous but fun way. I really have been able to give the show the props that it really deserves. I got to meet Bubbles once, and looks very different in real life. Trust me, just go to Netflix and type in Trailer Park Boys and watch the Christmas special first. You'll thank me for it. It's really funny, and my best. It's one of those Christmas specials I watch every year. Now, my better half, she's not a huge fan of Trailer Park Boys. She doesn't. The humor is kind of lost on her, but it's a shame because it really was a good show. Definitely check it out. Would You Rather? It's a movie. Check it out. Check it out on Netflix. Don't go out and blind buy it if you're not sure, unless you can get it for really cheap, like TJ did. But it is a good movie, and it's a movie that I will have down the road in my collection. Lord knows I have a lot worse movies in my collection than that. And I thought it was a fun film. Let me know what you think. If you've seen Would You Rather, put down in the comment and below and let me know. Did you like it? Have you seen Trailer Park Boys? Are you not a fan? Are you a fan? Let me know down below. Do you like the actor Rob Wells? Do you like? Are you a fan of Jeffrey Combs? And just let me know what you think overall of the video. I love getting comments down below. I really try to respond to all the comments that I can. If I miss your comment most of the time, it's because not every comment shows up on YouTube anymore. So when I'm looking through the videos and I'll be replying to somebody else's comment or something like that, I'll see a bunch of comments down below that have not gotten to me through my inbox. It's horrible the way they've got it done now. Thanks a lot for watching, and I have to finish drinking this combination of brown and white sugar tea. I gotta go to the grocery store, but right now it's time for tea.